someday I'm gonna make my own stream music. I'm gonna compose it. I'm gonna compose it myself. Cause using other people's video game music, it's not fair use. It's not fair use. I'm using the music exactly as it was intended to be used as a background for action. So it's copyright infringement. But okay, this is something of a bonus stream because I need to get this done, and I don't want to use up main dev time for it. I just need to apply a bunch of modifiers to stuff in Blender. And I said I wasn't going to work off stream, so this is the loophole. I'm just going to stream even more. So basically what I have to do is I have to add a modifier to everything. So there's like there's very slight seams. Let's see if I can get a good one. Yeah. Look at that. If you can see that there's a seam right there. It's very clear. It looks even more clear in the game because I use the normal to determine colors and stuff. So I have a strategy to fix it. The problem is I have to apply it individually for every one of these, and it's very tedious, annoying. So I'm gonna get into it, and I'll tell like a story or something. What sort of story should I tell? Okay, I think I have a decent one. Have you heard of The Simpsons? It's like this cartoon. It was very popular in the 90s. I didn't really watch it. I was more of a Family Guy household. Let's see. I need to add a group here. So yeah, for this, what do I need to do? Chunk. This needs to be border 003. So this chunk needs to border 003, and then this one, which is border 0014. So thankfully it's pretty consistent. It's +1 and then +12. But anyway, The Simpsons is a cartoon. It's an animated sitcom, as they call it. And it's pretty long running. It's very popular. It was very popular, especially for a long time, and then especially at its peak in, like, I don't know, the 90s, I think, was its peak. But anyway, I'm getting distracted. In season 11, episode 5, I think it's called EI, Annoyed Grunt. Homer Simpson, the main character, is sort of this buffoon father figure type. You know, he does his best, but he's kind of a goofball. Well, sometimes he doesn't do his best. I've heard that sometimes it falls into the habit of like making him, I don't know, abusive, borderline, but like the cartoon kind of abusive. I named this border wrong. It'll be border 14. But anyway, I'm getting distracted. Homer finds himself at a farm. No, he finds himself out in the country at an old gas station. This music's kind of annoying. But anyway. This gas station, it's a convenience store / gas station, one of those old one pump things that you see out in the American countryside. How relatable is that to people? I don't know. I guess it's from like media. I guess most people have only seen them from other media. You know, because I actually lived near those types of gas stations, so it's very, I don't know. It's one of those things where I think a lot of people only understand it from other media. But anyway, oh yeah, I need 2 data transfers. Because basically what I'm doing now, I have it so that, let's see, this mesh should follow these ones. So yeah, you can see it's trying to follow it. It's using something called shrink wrap. It's not quite perfect, but essentially what it's meant to do is when I pull this up, it doesn't have to align 100% perfectly. It'll just be close, and if it's pretty close, like if I disable that and then move it a little bit, you can see it still is affected. You can see it still matches because it has that it doesn't match. It doesn't match. It'll try to match. See, now it's matching. Now it's matching. But basically, it'll try to match that. Where was I with this? Oh yeah, the station was called Sneed's Feed and Seed, formerly Chuck's. Now, it turns out this is actually a joke. It turns out this is actually a reference to something. A lot of people didn't. It took a while for people to really sort of catch on, but essentially, so Sneed is sort of an unusual name. I looked it up. It's mostly used as a like an English surname, a relatively obscure, I think, Celtic surname. It's only occasionally used as a given name, so it's an odd juxtaposition already between the surname and then the first name of the former person. Why would he use his surname? I guess because it's more distinct. Maybe he was also named Chuck, and his last name was Sneed. Okay, I need to actually get a data transfer here. 2 data transfers, with the same sources and the same groups. So it'll be 03 and then border 03, and then 14 and border 14, and then face corner data. So you may notice that it's a strange. I also need to enable auto smoothing. But the thing that's immediately obvious with Sneed is with Sneed's Feed and Seed is that there's a rhyming scheme there. Because, well, it seems, that it was deliberately, that his name was perhaps deliberately chosen as some sort of author's contrivance to make it rhyme with feed and seed. Because it doesn't really make sense as like a normal name. Oh yeah, and you can see here what it's doing. So if I hide this data transfer, you can see that data transfer is what actually makes these have the same normals, because it takes the face corner data, updates the normals, and for whatever reason I need auto smoothing even though these are already smooth. I don't know why I also need to automatically smooth it, but oh well. But okay. Where was I? Yeah, Chuck is a common name, short for Charles. My dad's name is Charles, but he doesn't go by Chuck, he goes by Phil. But Sneed is it seems like it's deliberately chosen to rhyme with feed and seed. And so if we go by the pattern there, well, that would mean that when the store was owned by Chuck, it was named Chuck's Feed and Seed. It's not a very funny joke, I don't think. Sorry, I had to like sneeze and fart and burp at the same time there, so I had to mute for a bit. But anyway, let's put these stupid modifiers on. Where even am I? I did not go very far. Okay. Border 004. Border 015. Yeah, so 2 shrink wraps, 2 data transfers. I'm gonna get back in the rhythm of this. And boop, bop, boop, beep. Did I do that? I did that wrong. This cannot be that. This should be that one. And this should be that one. And because I'm doing this in different orders each time, it should be more obvious what each thing does. You see, the vertex group makes it so that it snaps to the right place. If I put both of them, because if I don't have this one, all of the mesh goes to that side, and so you can see it's all stretching all crazy and stuff. But if I just set it to that vertex, did I actually set those right? I don't think I even set the, I don't think I set these right. Okay, there we go. And then I need our data transfers. And it's pretty simple, but yeah, this is just something where I have to do... I would do a script, but I'm only going to do it like 144 times. So, I mean, I guess technically 288 times, but... Oh wait, while I'm here, I'm also going to use the vertex colors eventually. So I need to also make sure that those are selected as well. Because I'd like to, in the future potentially, color the vertices of the models to control like how if there's multiple terrain textures. So I'll do that now. I'll be forward thinking with it. What do I need now? So yeah, this is our exhilarating video games content today. I think you can see why I made it a thing. I'm gonna actually rename. Can I rename the title from here? How do I rename it? Now it sounds like a, oh, when you press tab, that's very fun. I like how when you press tab after editing, it's white on white. That's cool. I think that's very good. That's a good, system. Alrighty. Chunk, border, chunk, and then border. Chunk, and border, round one. I should be paying a 14-year-old from Latvia to do this. I think that's what I'll do next time. I'll just try to find, like, you know, some little Lithuanian boy who will work for $2 an hour. Let's make sure this works. I'm gonna do a little bit of this. So we'll be making a little bit of game content, just a little bit, just enough so that I can determine that these are working properly. Yeah, you can see there. I'm gonna go down the line all the way. Just a miserable existence. I didn't even change into more comfortable shorts. I guess it doesn't even matter what these borders are named, but it helps to be consistent. And yeah, so for all of these, essentially it takes the information from the node that's to the right and the one that's bottom to it. And then that one does the same, and that way it'll be consistent, and I don't have to worry about like a feedback loop of like this border is depending on this one, and then this one's depending on that one. Because I don't know what would happen then. I'm assuming Blender would kill me. And yeah, and I'll just add some, let's just make some gently rolling hills over here. I don't actually remember what I was gonna put here. Probably nothing of importance. And I'll just do... that's a little bit too big. Just a bunch of little hills. Primarily for testing. I have lost where I am, and it doesn't even really show up at all. I see why. Let's add some more stuff here, like some big dramatic cliffs. And the nice thing about my new, my more robust system with, it used to just take the hard-coded position of the squares, but now it actually takes the, like, into account the properties of the mesh. So that way I can do really, really deformed things, like push this out all crazy and stuff. Because this used to be a square, but if we look at it from the top, it's not at all a square anymore. So yeah, those are all properly handled. Let's see. Let's add some nice little, some happy little cliffs. Look at that. Just a happy little hill. And then, I'm always unsure what direction I'm gonna be moving. Completely natural, completely beautiful and naturalistic formations. Wonderful. Did I do this right? I think I did this one right. Wrong one. Shrink wrap, and then I'll get the hang of this eventually. Border 007, border 018. We're almost 1/24 of the way done. Did I do that right? I did that right. I don't know what is I don't know what the difference between a vertex and a face or face corner is. I guess Blender just does it differently. It only has the groups and bevel weights in there. It just does its own thing. And yeah, see, this is a nasty seam that we get the privilege of fixing this. I wish I knew how to make like macros or something. I know very little about Blender's transform system. Oh, no, 019. Let's see, I'm gonna move this music a little bit up because I don't actually care if you can hear me. That's the fun of a bonus stream. Let's see this guy go bye-bye. Cosmos. Look at that. Beautiful. What did I do wrong? Did I not assign the groups? I don't think I assigned the groups. Yeah, okay. So yeah, that's what it looks like when you don't assign the groups to anything. Why can I smell my own feet from here? This is terrible. How do I keep forgetting where these are? I'm gonna do this 100 times. I should pop out this chat. Can I have this gamer chat always on top? I don't think I can. I'm gonna keep gamer chat on the side here. Right next to me. Right where I can keep a close tab on it. I didn't do it right. I don't get why auto smooth is different from smooth. Like of course I want it smooth. Of course I want it all auto smoothed. I manually smoothed it. Why would I not want it auto smoothed? What is this? Oh well. Also, if you're following along at home, make sure to put the data transfers after the shrink wrap, or else it won't work. Look at that. We're 3/4 of the way done with being 1/12 of the way done. Did I forget to assign it again? I did. I did forget to assign it. I'm a little plebeian who has to look at his keyboard when he types. So it decided it decided it doesn't want to do anything anymore. Blender's done. Yeah, it got tired of that. Yeah, it doesn't want to edit. It's decided that it doesn't want to do that anymore. How do you feel about it now, Blender? Brilliant. Wow, we have 11 and 22 in here. I forgot to assign them. That was going to be the very first thing I did. Wow, it's really chugging along. This is great. Let's see. I don't think my task manager is going to be anything secret. Let's see what's taking all this up. Ah. Let's see how that fixed it. Did you fix it, Firefox? No, you didn't. I think it's because my Twitch stream is up on that preview window. Let's see how this affects my GPU compute. Let's see. This is Firefox here, so it's still very high. Let's see how it works. The feedback loop isn't very good, I don't think. So I think what we need to do, I'm gonna boost this up a little bit. So let's see how this feels. Does this feel good? No, that feels very poetic, but it doesn't feel. It's not quite the feeling I'm going for. All right, let's pause that. Let's just delete that. I don't need to watch the stream. I'll see my lovely viewers in this little window here, and I'm gonna hide this window. Have I assigned this yet? Where was I? Oh right, Sneed's Feed and Seed. I told the story. So yeah, I explained the joke quite thoroughly, I think. I think I did a pretty good job. That's not the right one. I do it the X coordinate and then the Y coordinate. I think. No, I do the Y coordinate, then the X coordinate. Alphabetically, you know. Oh wait, I only need one of each. Isn't that a treat? It's a little treat to myself. I only need to do one group. I think it'd be fun to have a skybox or something. But I don't want to do that. Or if I do, it'll be the very last thing I do. I gotta do that 11 more times, that whole stream, this whole thing. I explained the entirety of Sneed's Feed and Seed. I explained the very subtle writing. You know, they have math PhDs. A lot of the Simpsons writers, they had math PhDs. You can see the very subtle writing. It's very clear. It's very permeates the whole thing. What do I want to do here? I don't want to do whatever I just did. Let's just, I don't know. There. And then, look at this. Don't you feel smart for watching? Look at that. Wait, I don't know that. Don't you feel smart for watching at home, viewer? See, this is why you gotta go to the bonus streams. They're always the best content. Because I'm not afraid of, like, making bad content. And that means that it's good content. It's ironic. It's ironic. Nope. Come back over here. I don't care. I'm dying. What's next? 013? Lucky 13. Lucky me. This one's gotta go down. Otherwise I'll get confused the next time I look at this. I do it in a different order every time. I forget what I'm doing every time. Look, I'll do it in a different order this time. Oh, look at this one. I set this one up really well. This is Crab Hill. It looks like a dead crab, so I'm gonna make it Crab Hill. Look at that. It's like a crab. It's like a crab. That's what it is. It's a crab. I'll do. So yeah, that's a crab. See, it's his little face and then his little claws. I have a great idea, actually. You're gonna see the power of the PlayStation 5. Ladies and gentlemen, there we go. That's power. This is video games now. Look at that. Look at this. This is how video games look. This is how they'll look in 2005. Where was I? Well, I certainly wasn't here. Oh my god. Okay, I wish there was a way to like add modifiers to these faster. I'm just gonna... Ah, man. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go through each of these and just add the modifiers. And then I'll figure it out later. Or, I know what I'll do. Once I add the modifiers, I'll slowly work through them, but it'll be a little bit faster because I batched the operations. See, it's like computers, where if you do a lot of things at once, or a lot of the same thing repeatedly, you do less things with your brain. I genuinely think, hang on. Can I check what the modifiers are on a mesh? Where's, oh, I only have that. I'm gonna take this off so you don't see my search history. Blender script get modifiers. Okay, it doesn't seem to work. It's not gonna work, I don't think. That's too much for my small brain. Let's put this in funny mode, funny camera mode. Also, I'm gonna make a map soon, and I'm just gonna print something like this, and then I'm gonna trace it, because I think that'd be cool. And it'll be like turn of the century looking. It'll be like a pen illustration. I think that'll be very doable and very not time consuming. Maybe I'll put a filter on it. I could use like an AI to put a filter on it. And then I can draw with my little pen over it. And like it'll be like a computer pen that I use, not even a real pen. I won't even have to print it out. Wait, but that would mean I'd have to probably break it up into like chunks and then like apply a filter, because they typically only work on like 256 by 256 images. Like at this point it would be faster to to get a script that applies modifiers to every single mesh and then just delete the extras from the ones I've already done. Like, and not even like do anything else, just applying the meshes. Wait, but if I make it a pen drawing, then it won't have the nice like blue shading, because I've also been thinking I'd want that. But then to do that, I'd have to like bake it down into, well, like I could bake it down into like, ooh, I could make it a watercolor. I could use a filter to make it a watercolor painting. That'd be cool. Honestly, I probably shouldn't be removing that. No, I'm not gonna fix the seams. There's still gonna be like sub-pixel seams on these because they're not gonna align perfectly due to floating point. Because like, you know, like if this vertex is at, you know, both of these are like at 500, but this one's at like, it's technically 250 minus 250, and this one's 250 plus 250. Or this one's 750 minus 250, and this one's 250 plus 250. So it's like they're both 500, but because of precision issues, it's actually like 500.00001 here, or something like that. Do I have everything? I should be faster at this. And then you know what I'm going to do after this? I'm going to apply auto smooth to all 144 of these, one by one. And then I'll add the groups. And then I'll add the groups and also like update them all together. And then I'll do the sources or something. Look at that. We're making gamers progress now. What's my KPI? What's my actions per minute or second or whatever it is in StarCraft or Starbound? No, it's StarCraft. What am I talking about? In Minecraft, in Starbound, in Warcraft 2. Wait, did they call it StarCraft because that's like almost the same as Warcraft? They just replaced the W with an ST and they're like, this is a new video game. This is a whole new video game. This bonus stream is punishment for all those loyal enough who have formed a dangerous parasocial relationship with me and want to consume all of my content. This is their punishment. They have to watch this one. What should I do with this? All this empty stuff. Like, it's like this whole segment is like 4 times bigger than this entire starting area. Also, it's fun to think about how I've spent the past 2 weeks slaving away over content, and it's here. It's all here. And then, like, the rest of the game is still here. Oh well, at least the movement speed gets so busted that it doesn't even matter. So yeah, they'll just have to deal with, they'll just feel real, it'll just help them feel more powerful once they get move speed up to the max, and then they'll be like, wow, this world is so small now. I can't believe it felt so big and so incomprehensible before. Now it's just my oyster. What does that even mean? The world is your oyster. Is it like the world is like a little tasty treat in a shell that you're gonna break open? Is that what it means? But it's not used like that. It's like, well, I mean, I guess it is. I guess it's like equivalent to like yours for the taking, is the equivalent there. Honestly, I don't know if this is actually going to help me. Because if I lose my spot, then I'll have to like manually look through all of the whatchabobs. Because I won't be able to just click on it and be like, oh, it has no modifier, so I didn't work on this one. I'll have to specifically look at all the fields, or maybe just the groups. Also, I'm not even going to name the groups anymore. I'm just going to make them. You know, this really makes me appreciate how Godot, you can just select multiple things and edit all of them at the same time. I should add that to Blender. It's open source, and I've shown that I will cry if I try to edit a single line of bullet physics. So that should be fun. But it doesn't seem like it'd be that terribly hard. Like the API can't be that complicated for objects. It's like just highlight multiple objects if they're the same type. And like maybe just have some sort of like a little options menu to say like, hey, select multiple or edit multiple objects. This way, I can feel like I'm making progress, when in reality, I'm barely doing anything. This is like 1/8 of the work involved with this, but I can feel like I'm going 8 times faster. Am I nearly fucking done? Okay, I'm at 95. So that means yes with this part, no with the other parts. Also, I've been trying not to swear, because I think it'd be funny if I just never swore, but it's already failing. But I think it's because I swear like a sailor, like I constantly swear all the time. So I've been, you know, I've been doing my best. I've been making an active effort, and I failed time and time again. And you know, I've been thinking after this, I'd like to try, I guess probably a comic. I had that comic in my very first stream. I listed off a bunch of projects that I had been working on that ballooned horrifically in scope. So I had to, you know, take a break with a much smaller project, which was the next one. And like, well, one, I didn't even go through like a tenth of the projects I'd worked on or started that had ballooned horrifically in scope. But one of them was a comic called Super Squad. And I think, excuse me, I'm burping and farting and coughing and stuff. But if I survive this, I think that's what I'm going to do next. Because that should be, I have a very specific scope that I want, which is 24 issues of 24 pages each. Very simple backgrounds, not particularly brilliant, like, or I guess very simply drawn characters. Well, not ultra simple, but like simple enough that I don't have to think about it. Like I can draw a page in a day really easily, or in a couple hours or something. So that way it should only be like, what would that be? A year to make that? That'd be a lot of time. That's a lot of time to work on a thing. Wow, good thing I'm not working on the other one, which is Superior Pseudo, where I estimated I'd want 30 issues of 30 pages each. And I'd estimate that the pages take about 16 hours each. Actually, that's not even an estimate, that's the target. Like, that's the target amount of time. If I spend less time, that means I'm not working hard enough. And I want to do, like to mix 3D elements with the 2D, like to draw or to design 3D environments and then render over them in 2D, but do all the shading still in 2D because I'm pretty good at that. And it'd be more like, then it wouldn't quite look so like soulless as 3D does a lot of the time, or at least my 3D. Because I mean, soulful 3D is way harder than like soulful 2D. You have to spend so much more work. Like, yeah, I guess that would be my other thing. If, like, I would want to do some simple, like, character modeling and animation. Like, just, not even, like, a movie or anything, just make a character. Make a, like, very high quality rig for that character, and then do, like, test animations. Just to learn how to do that, since I mentioned that at some point. Yeah, now that Superior Pseudo, I had estimated that it would take about 15 years to make it, because it would be like probably about 1 page a week, realistically. And what, 900 pages? Yuck, I think I'm underestimating the time, actually. But I could also do just I've also been thinking of like a video game in that setting, like a book in that setting. maybe I'll do the video game instead, or the book. And then there's the other one that I wanted to make either a video game or a book about. Which, oh, that one wasn't even mentioned in the in my little list of things that I put in my life story. Okay, so where am I? Wow, we're wrapping up on like phase 1 of 6. I do think this is significantly faster though. It may just be the psychological boost of going through them, but it's also like reducing the context switching, because I don't have to actually like press any buttons or think about anything. I just have to click the right things 2 times each. And it is a little bit tough for me to click the right thing. Because my boomer eyes struggle to read this font. Like, I actually deliberately use this theme because it has the highest contrast for me. But it's like the font is just, I don't know, it's something about this specific font at this I think it's just a really small font. And also someday, I gotta get just a bigger computer with a bigger monitor, because I think 1080p is going the way of the dinosaurs. Oh right, these ones only need 1 each. I don't care. I'll do that later. Yeah, a lot of these actually only need 1 each. Like all the ones on the borders, or all the ones on the right border and all the ones on the bottom border only need 1 shrink wrap, one data transfer. All right, boys and girls, let's do it again. Now I need to do the 2 groups. I'm just gonna call them group and group 1. That one doesn't have to. I can't click it too fast, which is really fun. It's really fun to be trying to do something fast and the computer won't work. Like, actually, how is it possible that it doesn't create a group as fast as I can click? Like, what is it doing? Does it have to apply something to each individual, like, vertex? Because even then, it's like, these are like 50 by 50. That's 25,000 vertices. Do you know how fast a computer is? It can just say, yeah, all 25,000 have it now. Like, that fast, before I'm even done saying it. It's incredible. They're incredible little machines. Did I move this at all? So yeah, group is going to be the group to the right. Group 01 is going to be the group that's bottom. And for some of them I did just randomly put them on because they were already like really noticeable in the game. Look at that. Oh no. And pretty soon I also need to lock down the terrain. I think by the end of this week, well, no. I'll do that like near the end because I want to keep messing with the terrain to make the content, but I'll have to put it in the thing, in the list of to-do things, just like no more editing of the terrain. And then I can like do the map and then I guess start maybe work on the level of detail things, but I don't think I'm going to do that. They'll just be, things will just pop in, no matter how big they are. No, but I do want some things, like big buildings, to be like visible from as far away as you want. And I can do that decently easy. I just have to do a bit of reorganizing for some stuff, because I want it to be like, there's a scene, you know, the low-res scene will just be some of the buildings without anything dynamic, and then the dynamic scene will be a copy of that scene with the stuff in it. Maybe I could just make it so the dynamic content isn't deleted. Or the low-res content. Well, no, because it's confusing. It's complicated now. Well, this is going even faster. Look at this. I forgot to do auto smoothing this pass. That was something I wanted to do this pass. Actually, you know what? I'll do it this pass. Oh my god. That sucks so much. That's not faster. Look at that. Another thing I want to work on. Bubsy 4D. I'm going to make Bubsy 4D. It's going to be literally a four-dimensional like rendering engine, bleeding edge technology, custom tools, and I'll pitch it to whoever owns Bubsy. I don't know what they're doing with him. I don't think they care. They'll probably charge me. They'd probably charge me through the nose though if I ended up doing that. I like how tall it is. I like how tall the mountain is. I want to see what that looks like in action, but more importantly, we need to get some gamer content here. Because now I need to do this. Yuck. I hate how inconsistent this is. It's like sometimes I can do it in like half a swipe. Maybe here? Yeah. If I go all the way to the left and then all the way to the right. Sometimes. Oh my god. Why is it taking so much? Why is my CPU like chugging so bad? Like it's not even changing anything. It's already smooth. How does updating it to auto smooth? Wait, now it's just going fast. Now it's doing it fast. What am I doing differently? I'm not doing a damn thing different. Actually, I'm gonna whip out my tablet. I think that would improve this. It's not gonna improve it actually. Well, no, It might. It's. What the. What the. Oh my god. How does that not. Okay. How does it not. Just set it to 180. Just set it to. Why does the mouse go faster than the tablet? I'm gonna die of old age before I set these all. And I am gonna complain forever, because already, like, one, I shouldn't even have to do this, because they're already smooth. Why do I have to set auto smooth as well for this to work? And I do have to set it. Yuck. What does this say? What does this have to say for itself? Okay, I'm gonna see where I'm gonna see if I can do this with Firefox. Blender auto smooth from script. All right, it's gamer time. Can I just, okay, import bpy, import math for object in bpy dot data dot objects obj dot select equals true. No. How do I do that? I'll just false. That needs to be false. So I'll just do that. If obj dot type. No. I've already screwed up hopelessly. Alright, let's do that again. Take it from the top. Import bpy. Okay, this guy uses obj instead of object, so I'm going to use obj because obviously I'm not smart enough to. So we don't select it unless it's a mesh. So first off, we enable auto smooth. And then we set it to 180 degrees or math.py. God damn it. Oh my god, this is from 2015. I'm an idiot. Stack Exchange is useless. Okay, how do I do this then? Help me, Blender. Okay. Okay, Mr. YouTuber. Tell me what's happening. I'm not even gonna give this the privilege of sound. How dare you advertise on my stream? Where's my
Hope you
affiliate?
guys are doing great. So in this video I'm going to talk about how we can add the auto smooth on a multiple object in a one click, and
Awesome.
there is one trick which is I'm going to show you here. Okay, so here you can see on my screen there are a bunch of cube here. So I'm just going to select my all cube pressing the A, and then I'm just going to press the right click, and here I'm just going to do shade smooth. So when we are going to do shade smooth, so these cube are going to do shade smooth at once, but when I'm just going to my object data property, and here I try to add the auto smooth in my all object at once, so what happen exactly, it will only do a auto smooth only that object
See,
which is
this
we have
guy's a
selected
pro.
at last.
See, there
Okay,
he goes.
so how we
See,
can add the auto smooth in all object in at once time? So for that, what you have to do, there is a little trick
so
which
yeah,
I'm going
follow
to show you.
Deepak
You have to just
Graphics.
hit the alt on your keyboard, and then you have to just check that box. It will gonna add a
Wait,
auto smooth in
what the
all
same
output.
fuck did he do?
And what you have to do, there is a little trick which is I'm going to show you. You have to just hit the alt on your keyboard, and then you have to just check that box. It will gonna add a auto smooth in all object.
Can you just press Alt? Can you just press Alt and apply things to every single thing at once? Why wasn't that taught to me? Okay. Let's see if these bad boys... Alt. I'm gonna shoot myself in the head. Okay. Please do not tell me that I could do that for everything. Please do not tell me that modifiers would work that way, because I would shoot myself in the head. Alright. But I guess that saved me some time. I don't know why that thing was so bad though. It was so bad though. I have to apply the group 01 and group 02 and stuff. Can I just... Hang on. What if I do Alt and apply this? C. Let's see how big of my brain this is. Huh. Okay, so that saves me a lot of work. How long have I been recording? Yeah, that saved me like, that probably would have saved me like an hour of work if I knew that. I'm dying of old age. I just have to apply these little modifiers for the groups. I don't think there'd be a way to solve that easily. But this one I'm not even gonna this one I won't even be able to know if I'm doing it right. Or it'll be much harder to keep track of which ones I've done and which ones I haven't. Let's see. Shout out again to Deepak for teaching me that. He's pretty epic. He's pretty epic now. I don't even need the groups for these. I'm gonna use that huge brain move that I learned, which is, there we go. That didn't work. Okay, so that's more specific. Because they're also different groups. So it'd be like... I don't even need one for that. And for these ones... Okay, so that one's done. This is going to be a questionable decision. Actually, I'll just... just do it in a random order, just not even... just with a devil-may-care attitude. Yep. My back is destroyed, and I'm dying. See, I just need a 15-year-old Kazakh who knows how to use Blender. Honestly, if I did this more than once, I would absolutely just write a script for it. In fact, I've been thinking about how I would actually go about that. I would probably go so far as to use voxel terrain stuff, or make a voxel tool, and then automatically have it it wouldn't even interface with Blender. It would just automatically do the chunking and stuff that I'm doing here, or that I did here manually. It would do it automatically. Because I have had a game idea that takes place on a big tree, and then it could be open world, where it's streaming stuff from this big old dang old tree. I wonder if there's a way I can lock particular meshes so that it's because some of these I don't want to change. These ones, they already have stuff on them. So if I change the terrain, I have to change the stuff, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to bother with it. Is the music too loud? No, it's not. It's fine. Maybe I could maybe I can start merging ideas that I have. So like, cause I have too much stuff that I want to do. Always too much stuff. So like, you know, cause I have a Sonic fan game I want to do. What if I made the Sonic fan game an open world game that took place on a big tree? You know, kill just as many birds as I possibly can. It's a bird genocide with just one stone even. With just one stone, I have caused a bird holocaust. And what else could I do? I could do, how else could I merge that with other things I want to do? I could make a deferred renderer for Godot specifically for this big tree in this Sonic the Hedgehog fan game. That would actually be really funny if it was like just like the most insane world-class renderer. Because I want, well, I don't even want like a world-class renderer. I just want it to do a bunch of cool stuff that isn't really common, like colored shadows, like, because you can do stained glass windows that properly cast shadows of like the glass, but you have to set up a renderer specifically for it because it quadruples the size of the shadows in your memory, because you just have to save the depth and the color. And you have to have like custom shadow materials and stuff, because most things will just cast black shadows, but you still have to set them up so that they cast to the colors properly. So, you know, just having like a dedicated system for like, yeah, so it'll be a Sonic the Hedgehog fan game written in Godot 3 with a custom deferred renderer that has like crazy like terrain chunking with voxel based tree technology and stained glass windows, and just the most beautiful thing you've ever seen in your life. And what else did I want? Yeah, just all sorts of crazy like shadow effects and stuff, like so yeah, okay, that'll be the next thing that I do. Do I now literally the only thing that's unrealistic about that is, do I want to keep working with Godot 3? I mean, Godot 4 is already so close to coming out. And it has it's more specifically designed to allow you to use, like, to make your own custom renderer. And it has the Vulkan support, so I can like steal that. And then, you know, that'd be all good. That would actually be really funny though, but the Sonic fan game is kind of neat already in that, in a gameplay perspective, because it's like a horror game, because the enemies are very fast and very persistent, and you can't kill them. So you just have to run really fast, and they run really fast too. And it's something that I'd been thinking about, which is like, a lot of horror games make the player feel like a weak idiot who, you know, has to walk 35 feet and then huff, or then he has to, you know, hold his sides and huff for 20 minutes. But what if you just made the enemies really strong instead? Like, what if you just made the enemies insanely fast and the player fast? And then, like, from my own playtesting, I really like it. It seems really interesting because it's like a frantic horror rather than like Dread. Oop. Yeah, and I'm talking about literally anything else other than this game because, to be honest, I've gotten to the point where I'm tired of working on it. And I'm glad that I'm streaming it because I probably would not have continued development otherwise. Like, this has been an insane boost to my productivity, even if most of the time nobody's watching, and very likely nobody's actually waiting for the game. Because I'm so busy streaming, I don't even post progress anywhere else, like on the Game Jam Discord. This is literally going to be like my longest stream of the week. Oh, this. I'm so close. Then I have to do one more pass, just one more pass, where I put it all together. And it all comes together imperceptibly, and it basically won't feel like anything was done, for the most part. I wonder what that bevel weight is for, anyway. Also, I think this streaming business has been good for me to, like, realize that I'm not as smart as I think I am. Because there are a lot of times where I was like reviewing my process for going over code, and it was like, you're so dumb, dude. You were like right there. Especially the physics thing, where I was like, one, I was right about to modify Godot, or right about to get to the right spot in fixing Godot's raycast physics. And then it took me like an hour and a half longer than necessary to figure out the bullet physics stuff. I need a bit of motivation, so I'm gonna export this actually, and see what it's like in game, so that way I don't die of depression. Okay. Did that export? That exported. So I'm gonna crack open Godot, crack open a cold one in the game, and see what that mountain looks like now, because it should be bigger and cooler and more epic. I see shadows. It looks the same from here, but I want to climb up there. There should be like a Vista place. Like, where do I put a good how did I make an open world game without like a big dramatic vista right when you get out of the intro area? There should be like, okay, this is the game now. This is the whole video game. Now get out there, you little scamp, and explore and collect more bugs. Grind this freaking game for me. Oh my god. Okay, I don't have the technology to get up there. That's what it looks like. Let's get a good shot of this. That is too much music. Also, if we go back to the game, I found just the most vile coat. Just the most disgusting coat. I found another one that has the same pattern and basically the same, I guess, structure, basically. But yeah, this one is somehow, I think, worse. Well, I don't know. That one was pretty bad. It was like green with the black outline instead of this like yellow pus color with the brown outline. I don't know. I guess this one's more like foul, where that one was like radioactive. Where is that? Is that from up there? Okay, that's from all the way up there. Oh yeah, I see him. I also boosted the shadow length a little bit and doubled the shadow resolution for the sun. So things should be casting shadows from like thousands of meters away. So let's see. Yeah, and you can see the shadow quality dip precipitously as it goes from there, because it's literally like 1/10 the resolution for each of these slices. But at least it's like, lots of shadows, which I think Godot really fails to I think Godot really doesn't do a good job with shadows. That's one thing that I was actually tempted of fixing, or like making significant modifications to accomplish better, because the shadows just aren't very good in this game, in this engine. Especially not the directional shadows, like from the sun. Yeah, so that looks big. That looks pretty big, actually. That looks pretty epic. So yeah, should be lots of running, lots of jumping to get up there. Let's get back into the slave mines and mine us some slaves with. Well, no, I'm the slave in this scenario, actually. Where was I? Did I do all of these ones? No, I did not. Okay. Right. Down. Right. And down. And then group of one. Group of one. Oh yeah, and I was able to use the alt click to do all that stuff, so that's nice. I wonder, because this group name is just a string, so maybe I can modify it in all of the other ones, so that way I'd only have to do the drag and drop stuff. Oh wait. That needs to be group, and this needs, no. This needs to be group of one, this needs to be group. And this needs to be group, and this needs to be group of one. I don't know which of these I have the other modifiers on though. I think, actually, let's figure out that first, because I want to hide them. There's someone in like here, maybe, that has it. So yeah, I'm just gonna try to get all of these, so that way I can hopefully do this vertex group. And then let's see how well that applied. It didn't work. I don't think it worked. Let's try that again. No, okay, that doesn't work. Okay. Oh well, at least now I know which I've hidden the ones that are working right. Well, this is gonna be what? 1 more hour, I think. Wow, it's just gonna be a whole production. Group 01. Group. Yeah, look at all these beautiful little seamless little textures and things. This is a very pretty world, I think. Well, it will be once I get a lot of this stuff looking less like just mud. Also, I need to delete this because that's going to make saving take longer. Because the automatic export, how it works is whenever I export, it saves the path that it exported to, and then every time it saves, it checks if that path exists, and it sucks. It for some reason just doesn't work with any sort of modifiers or any sort of I don't know, just really anything that changes the mesh beyond just the raw mesh. Oh, right. Not quite right, though. Group 01. It's a dolphin. That's what it is. It's a dolphin. I'm still gonna call it God's tongue, though, because that's cooler than, like, funny little dolphin mountain. This is, like, hard on my back, actually. Maybe I'll make a character say a joke about it being called Dolphin Mountain. For some reason, it's very uncommon, at least I think, for characters to comment on the appearance of things. Like, it's very... I don't know. I don't think it's that common. For just, like, the specific... Like, once I drew a skeleton funny, so I made a joke about where someone said that his sternum looked like a necktie. Like, I don't know, maybe that's, like, leaning too close on self-awareness or something, but a lot of times it's not even, like, it's not even, like, a meta thing, like, drawing it something funny. It's just making basic comments about a person's appearance seems to be, like, not that common. Or, like, specific comments, like... You know what I mean? You know what I mean. I wish I could... Maybe there is a way to add the groups and, like, have the alt thing work. Oh, well. Yeah, because maybe if you added all of the groups together, or, like, did that alt trick to add the groups, then they would all be considered the same group and you could add all of them together. Or do all of this at once. But I would still have to, like, click and... Yeah, I'd still have to do all this clicking. Okay, I think we've found the bottleneck of this operation, though. You know, I don't think I'm gonna make the Sonic fan game have a tree. Actually, maybe not a tree, but maybe like a big, like a highly vertical open world. That'd be interesting, because I could use a similar system to this, because this supports like 3D chunk loading. So I could just make a really big mesh and have like a more intelligent system for dividing them. Like, maybe I could build a plugin to do all of this stuff for me. Where? Oh. And you know, my theory about why characters so rarely comment on the appearance of things in media is because... It's probably just because the writers and the artists are separate people. So the writers made something and then the artists had made something after it. So it's like, there's no feedback loop. Where, you know, in reality, people comment on what they see all the time. Because you're not saying something and then waiting for the art team to make something that matches your comments. But I think it's just a touch that I really like in just one of those minor things that I think marks really high quality media. So yeah, next time you're watching a movie, next time you're reading a book, next time you're watching a comic, see if they comment on how something looks in a specific way that could only be done if they were like, or like a happenstance thing, like the character design, or the you know, something that wasn't explicitly set up as a joke or clearly set up as a joke. Oh. I need to get all this stuff back. That'll be, what is it? What is it? There's the test for when women are having a conversation with each other about something other than a man. My test is, do they comment on how things look in an incidental way? And if it doesn't, you should gang stalk the creators of it. All of my numerous fans, all of my innumerable fans should do that. I think that'd be a very good use of the clout that I've, you know, of my immense clout as an internet superstar. One group. Oh, okay. I already have that one done. Did I do this one? I did not. How close to being done am I? I'm not even halfway there. I mean, I guess I'm getting close to halfway there. I hope I don't decide to redo all of the terrain again. Actually, that scares me. So I'm gonna assets. Let's see. I don't keep the assets up to date like I should. And I don't provide high quality git commit messages like I should either. Why is this one wrong? This one is incorrect. Did I not do this one? Am I like a row off? I think I'm a row off. Oh wow. The exciting eternal drama. Blender being slow, so when I scroll over here, it scrolls over there. It's like, to keep complaining, it's like 50 vertices. Why does it take a full like half second for it to update? It's literally 50 vertices on each side. I mean, I guess it's 25,000 vertices. matching up against like 25,000, but even then, that doesn't seem like it should take that long. What I'm saying is, I can and I will make a better 3D modeling editor, and animation toolkit and video editor, and also Python game engine. Actually, if I were to make a game engine, I think I'm gonna try using dynamic loading of like a statically typed language, probably D, because my name starts with a D, and I'm a narcissist. I mean, my name starts with an N, which is why I would use NIM, the programming language NIM. Actually, NIM could be pretty good for that, because it looks very similar to Python. Though I like Ruby more, so I would use Crystal, the programming language Crystal. The possibilities are endless. I mean, if you look up my source code for the engine I was working on, Lantana, the actual scripting language was Prolog. It was SWI Prolog, because I'm a psychopath. Though, admittedly, I didn't get it working very well. It was bad. Like you couldn't print when there's any error, the application would hard lock, or the thread with it would hard lock, because it would print stuff to the command line and expect input from the command line. See how this one looks. Look at that. You can see just a little bit of seam. Just a little bit. And soon, you'll see none at all. Am I almost... oh man, I wasn't even halfway there. I was like one row behind where I thought I was when I asked if I was there yet. This is a tragedy. Yeah, for like half of this, I still have no idea what I'm going to do for the content. And like on my to-do list, I just have content as like a thing to do. Though I do have some fun little engine improvements. Like I'm gonna make batch rendering work with all the items, or at least not the animated ones. And what should I think my next game project will just be Godot 4. I won't try to branch out to anything else, because I don't really like the other engines that I've tried. I mean, I don't really like Godot either. I guess I could just... I mean, I'm tempted to also try, like, making a really simple, like, Pico-styled pseudo console. Like, it would just render to like I'm thinking 640 by 360, just something weird. At 144 FPS, because I'm a gamer. Maybe even 240. Maybe even 720. So that way it's it's a common factor between 60 and whatever. No. But that would be a good use case for I've been thinking over like interactive editing. Let's see. Like just being able to pull stuff up while you're playing, because that's I think that would be ideal for my workflow, because I really want to just pause while playing, move something, and then resume exactly where I was. I can't believe I got through the entire explanation of Sneed's Feed and Seed in like one thing. I was hoping that would be the entire stream. I just couldn't keep the thread for that long. What am I doing? Group, you little ghoulie. Oh. What is this? Oh. So now we're officially almost halfway there, I think. Wait. Oh, did I go through this whole row? Is this where I came from? Once this is done, what should I do? Maybe I'll play video games. Maybe I will stream video games. That would be a fun bonus stream idea. Literally just random itch.io games. Yeah. After I change into comfortable pants. I'll change into comfortable pants, get some water, use the bathroom, do my taxes, and then I'll pause and take a break from the stream, because all that the joke is that that'll all be stuff that I do on the stream. I want to make a stream highlights video when I'm done with this. But the problem is, it's going to be literally like hundreds of hours still. Like, it's already too much content for me to go through. Because I was trying to figure out where I explained, because I've explained the lore of this world multiple times now, and I've forgotten where I did it. Like, I can't find it in my logs, because I'm not going to sit through all of the development videos. I mean, I can barely sit through this while I'm doing it. I'm already on the verge of death. Can you imagine me watching this video? Can you imagine watching this stream? That would be terrible. What a horrible fate. I mean, I guess why would someone even want to do this? I don't think this would be very conducive to content, because it's just some random clicking with somebody occasionally just going on like really long rants about Sneed's Feed and Seed, formerly Chuck's Feed and Seed. That alt-click trick really did save me like 45 minutes, because this is taking like, how long have I been streaming? Like 2.5 hours? No, 2 hours. It saved me like 35 minutes. That would have been... See, what was that YouTuber's name? Deepak? Deepak? So yeah, he's a real one. All of my thousands and millions of fans should go subscribe to him. Because he taught me how to use Blender good. Okay, that one's good. I went backwards again. I just went all the way back through. Alright, I gotta get in gamer mode. I'm tired of working on this. I forgot which one is which. Okay. And these ones are so long. I mean, I guess it's doing a modestly complex operation on all these vertices, so it is like... I guess it's warranted that it takes a while. Because it is, what, 25,000 vertices times 25,000 potential vertices it could interact with. So that's, what, 625 million? Yeah, you heard me right. I know my squares of 5, my powers of 5, at least up to 4. I don't think I know 5 to the power of 3 though. I only know 5 squared is 25, and then 25 squared is 625. I don't know the other one. Actually, no. I can solve this. I can solve it with my big brain. It's 125. Yeah, because 625 divided by 5 would be 125. No, wait, no. It's 2,500. No, 50 times 50. It's only 2,500 vertices, so it'd only be, what, 62.5 million? I think. Or maybe even less, maybe 6.25 million. So that's not very many comparisons at all, actually. I think this program sucks. I think that's the wrong one. Should be group. Yeah. I like streaming. It gives me an excuse to just rant forever without even the most remote regard for like if I'm actually being understood. Like I don't even know if the microphone is on right now. I don't even know if I'm sending stuff over the internet. I don't even have the Twitch channel open. It just makes me work harder. And that's all I need. And an ear to talk to. No, you know what my next project is gonna be? Getting married and having kids. And then I'll work on the Sonic the Hedgehog project after that. I'll make a fan fiction. It'll be a novel-length fan fiction. Alternate universe Sonic the Hedgehog fan fiction called The Mobians. It's actually funny going back to old Sonic fan fiction that I wrote. It's very bad. It's actually like pretty incredible. Like it's stuff that I would be hesitant to show. Not just because it's bad, but because it's so bad that I feel like it reflects poorly on me as a person, like today as a human being. Because I think bad writing can often seems like a display of I don't know, ignorance about people, a lack of empathy. A lack of or like a distorted worldview almost. Because when people are bad at writing, they often tend to resort to like the most base stereotypical assumptions of people. Like it's sort of like, I think that's what objectification is. It's like a bad writer using their most base assumptions of media and women in media and women in general as like characterization. And then you can say the same thing of like racist stereotypes and things like that. It's like, it's because they didn't really think about them as human beings. They thought of them as just, I don't know, whatever they saw on TV when they were kids. Or whatever their dad told them is, you know. Because that's how most people's opinions are formed. Their dad told them something. Or maybe the cool friend who gave them cigarettes or whatever told them something. And then it's like, well, that's my worldview now. And then they spend the rest of their lives trying to justify it through like pretending that they have come to the conclusion based on facts and logic, when in reality it was their pastor just told them that gay people are bad or whatever. Or some peer. Or even worse, they just saw the opinion on the internet. Like, how many times have you seen someone post an opinion about something where you've seen that exact opinion posted somewhere else on the internet? Like, literally, like, practically word for word, or literally word for word. I mean, sometimes it's just bait. Like, sometimes it is just people baiting other people into arguments with, like, well-known bad opinions. But other times it's like someone logged on to 4chan.org and was like, what do I think of modern video games? And then they downloaded their opinion from, like, a bunch of misanthropic strangers. Okay, now we're getting into stuff I've done. And it's like, that's scary. That's weird. I tried to mix it up a little with that one. Did it in a different order. I don't think I like it. I'm gonna do it in this order still. I did it in the wrong order. I did it wrong. I did it bad. Look at that. And it like takes 10 seconds for it to figure out that I mean, no, do that. And then do that. Yeah, so thanks for coming to my TED Talk while I was gonna save that for if someone posted something that I'd seen before. I'll just say it again when that happens. Nobody's watching. Like, one person might be half listening. And for some reason I doubt this game is gonna have the, like, social cachet or the clout for someone to go back through all of these streams. Because I do upload the VODs, but it's like, who is gonna be like, wow, I have to figure out every moment of development on this brilliant, beautiful game. Really, it's more like, it's more a moderately intelligent, decent-looking game. You know, I think there are some cool bits, like the atmospheric perspective that I got going on. But otherwise, it's like, the styles kind of clash. The art styles do. Like, the monsters are very different from the characters, which are very different from the environments. You could see that as, like, a deliberate choice. It's not really. I just don't have a very consistent workflow. It is fun when people sort of read like intention and like cleverness into things that aren't. Like, I actually had a comic once called Horoscopes, it was a strip of my series Needleful on needleful.net/comic/needleful. The best comic, the only comic on the internet to make this joke. But essentially there's a comic called Horoscopes, and it was just a list of nonsense horoscopes that progressively got dumber and dumber and less meaningful. And someone posted it, I posted it on Reddit, and someone posted a comment like, okay, I get all of them, but what does Sagittarius mean? Like, I don't get that one. I got the other ones, though. Even though, like, okay, I'm gonna bring it up. Because nobody's gonna look it up. And I'm very good at comics. Where's Horoscopes? So yeah, you're in for this. You're in for my ride. You're in my house. I get to do what I want. I get to bring you around and show you all my things. Yeah. Yeah, so he's like, "Oh yeah, this one makes sense. Oh yeah, this one makes sense. This one makes complete sense. Libra, I got it. Scorpio, that's good. Yeah, what does the Sagittarius mean, though? I don't get it. I don't get this one. Hang on. Hopefully I don't open up, like, terrible, like all the terrible things I've been working, like, oh yeah, I got Capricorn. Yeah, that one was easy. That one was easy to get. Like, but what does Sagittarius mean? Oh yeah, Aquarius. Well, obviously he has new shoes. Obviously you got new shoes. These are actually based on my shoes because I'm an Aquarius and I wanted people to compliment my shoes. And like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I get this one. It's an allegory for depression. No, it's fucking not. It's a joke about... It's a nonsense joke. Like, this is literally from the Voynich manuscript. And just some dots and lines. Like, there's nothing to get. How did you get this? How do you get what... There's nothing to get. Again, you know, you think it's like you think there's something to get. You think I got something out of this? Okay, let's go to... yeah. But yeah, basically, that was funny. And then they were also trying to decipher... which one is it? Yeah, this is now my comic stream, where I show off my comic and talk about it. I haven't updated this comic in 3 years. I don't care. I'm still gonna show it off and talk about it as if it's relevant. So yeah, basically it's satire. So yeah, people were like, "What does this mean? Is it satire of romance? Was he saying mean things? Is this political commentary on satire?" No, she fucking stabbed him, and that's not a justification for stabbing someone. That's the joke. You can't stab someone and say it's satire. That's not a thing. Like, that's the whole joke. That's the whole joke. It's not like it's a fucking... I'm not writing a fucking Ben Garrison comic over here. I'm writing a comedy thing. Yeah, so I think... I mean, it does make me feel like I have a big brain when people are, like, discussing, like, you know, they're sitting around the round table, like, why did she do that? Is it a critique of what is this from? Oh, okay, it had 0 width. But yeah, thank you for coming to my TED Talk on why everyone is dumb except for me. Because I don't put meaning in my work. And that makes me smarter than everyone else. No, I don't like to ruin people's fun if they do come up with an interpretation of something. I just think a lot of times people are trying to read a little bit, like, too literally, or, like, too, I guess, like, agenda-ly, like, they're trying to read an agenda into a comic or something. Like, what message was I meant to take away from this? That it's fucking funny. That being stabbed is funny. That's the message you're supposed to take away from this. That weird horror, you know, what does Sagittarius mean? It means the juxtaposition between, like, the extreme, like, the juxtaposition is funny. Weird things happening to people is funny. That's the big message here. The curtains are blue. Like, I think it's fun. Like, as long as someone is trying to derive meaning just for their own personal satisfaction or their own, like, creative exercise, I think that's actually commendable and fun. Like, I do that all the time. I make headcanons for shows and stuff all the time, but you can't meaningfully say, like, oh, this is what the author meant. If we analyze it through a lens of Marxism, we can see it. No, you don't know anything about anybody. Every man is an island, and that includes the ones who write like the funny cartoon shows that get the 17-hour like theory videos. This is fun. This is fun. I'm having a blast. I'm just talking about whatever I want. And you see, because I'm, I can say like game dev writes incisive criticism of media criticism. An incisive game designer writes, I don't know. I can call myself a game designer and people will flock to me as if I'm an expert. I don't even design games that good. Like this game, honestly, kinda sucks. It's not good. I mean, I think it's pretty cool in a lot of ways, but I still have, like, there's still a lot of stuff to go. And it's in very rough state right now. See, I mean, it could very easily be not poggers. Or, like, unpoggers, even. You know, I genuinely am curious what people would think of these streams. I mean, my family has mentioned, because I posted it on Facebook for my mom, they have mentioned that they've dropped by and were like, oh, that's neat. I didn't realize that the, you know, like, very, I guess, nice things. I don't know how, certainly not, like, I don't think, like, a 55-year-old mom is going to be watching, like, a 7-hour stream of someone, like, programming whatever dumb stuff I was programming. So it's like, I have no idea what it would even mean to, like, link this to someone, and they're like, wow, I watched, like, 10 minutes of that by just clicking through, and then you were, like, ranting about Sneed's seed and feed, and, like, you said, and, like, it seems like you didn't get the joke, or did get the joke and were pretending to not get the joke. I don't know. I don't get it. Just like many people didn't get Sneed's feed and seed. It was very subtle. It was a very subtle bit of comedy. They were math PhDs, you know, the Simpsons writers, they were math PhDs. They had math PhDs. I don't know, this Needleful guy, he's, you know, I watched his stream, and, you know, there was like an extended bit where he talked about how much he hates Metroidvanias. I don't even think he's played one. He said he hasn't even played one. In fact, actually, he didn't even say that he hadn't played one. He didn't even say that he hated Metroidvanias. He said that, like, from the third person of someone else, like, he like was pretending to be a character who had watched the streams and was just, I guess, saying things that didn't actually happen on the stream. And then he got even more meta by pretending, like, by playing the character who was watching the stream, talking about how he had watched the stream and saw Needleful talking about the stream as a different character, and it was very confusing. And then he just kept going with it, like, he kept going deeper into the reference of, like, self-referential, like, I guess humor, but I don't even know if self-referential humor is that funny. Okay, I'm done with this bit. I'm gonna just commit with the same. I don't care. Let's see. This should be exported. And then I will whip out this controller, and we can crack open this game. I will subtract that, and we'll save this. I don't even know. Like, how exactly am I even going to see this? I should add cars to the game. I think that'd be pretty easy. You know, just a day's work. All in a day's work. Well, honestly, I could just reuse some code that I have from the other game, or from other games that I've made, because I had some nice kart physics for a kart racer. That could be fun. I don't think I'm gonna do it. Because that's technically movement code, and it's done. I hate this code. I wish there was a wardrobe somewhere that I could change out of, or change into it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there might be seams, but then again, there might not be. And if the problems just fix themselves, then I don't have to fix them. And that's pretty cool. I think that'd be a good system. And I think the twinkling is somehow getting more aggressive. Like, the glittering is just pervasive. Ooh. That's a nice little vista. I mean, I guess vistas imply that you're like high up viewing something, but I don't care. It's a vista. And this is just like at the very border of what's possible. Oh, can I make it? I did make it. Look at this. A gaming god. Just climbing up these little polygons. That's pretty cool, actually. I think if the geometry is snapped into shape a little bit, gets a bit more detail work into it, gets some more like cliffs and stuff and like drama to it, it'd be really cool. I think this is turning out well. I like how the shadows look. I think casting 2,000 meters is about as far as I can get away with the shadows. It turns out okay. And the details here for the player. I don't like how the feet disappear when you're standing on the ground, but I can't figure that out. I think I'd have to like significantly improve Godot's shadow stuff. But alright, thank you for coming to the bonus stream. It was more of a rant stream, a hangout stream where I was doing some very tedious, dumb work. And to send us off, let's fix some little things. And then oh, I've done a bunch of stuff, actually. I think I didn't commit yesterday. Oh, man. And as always, it's available, the full source code is available at github.com/needleful/jack4. It's a high quality little thing. I'll even put that in the chat, even though I'm ending right now. So I will see you guys. Let's see what I'm doing Wednesday. Oh yeah, the camera, the third capacitor, and adding some little guys. This might be later. Or this one might be later, but these two are definitely happening. So I'll see you then. Bye bye.